everyone. So today I want to talk a little bit about the holidays because we are coming up to Thanksgiving and the holidays and family and judging. Let me first introduce myself. My name is Lauren. I am in recovery. I have been in recovery for 4 years now, and I make these videos to help others that may either be thinking of quitting drugs or alcohol, or if they are in the first stages of recovery or in recovery, just to kind of go through things that I have been through and can maybe give you a little heads up and give you some ideas on how to deal with it. Nothing here is by any means set in stone. Feel free to disagree and to do whatever you think is best for you and your life. These are just things that I've noticed in the 4 years, and hopefully they can help you get through sometimes what can be a pretty rough day. I would just want to remind you that I'm not a doctor and I'm not a therapist. I am a regular person, just like maybe you. I'm just a regular person, and I just wanted to let you know a few of these things. So, okay. Judging. Family members can definitely do this. Now, it's sometimes hard to forget. Sometimes it's easy to forget or hard to remember what they've been through with you. What my family had gone through with me is pretty intense. Years, ever since I was in high school. You know, I was always partying and unaccountable and not showing up when I say I was going to show up, or lying, or many different things. And I thought that I was so good at it that nobody knew what I was doing. Now that I'm sober and I watch other people that are in active addiction do the same things that I did, I realize I wasn't that smart. Things are more transparent than we think they are. But it is what it is. We've done what we've done, and now it's time to face up to our past. And that's really what I felt like, especially my first Thanksgiving back. My first Thanksgiving, I did not go to Thanksgiving dinner. I just decided to stay home and not do that. I just couldn't face it yet. I couldn't face everything that I've done and all the apologies that I had to make, and I just felt like I wasn't ready. And that was fine. Yep, maybe I did let some people down. Yes, maybe some people really wanted me to be there, and maybe people didn't really care, but I was not ready to do it yet. I had just really kind of gotten out of, rehab, which was in August. So August, September, October, November. So I was like 3 months out. And I did make a pretty big fool out of myself before I went in. And I made people, my family, I hurt my family. And I wasn't ready to face up to that yet. It's sometimes we stay addicted to our drugs just so we can live in denial that we've ever done anything wrong, that it's all their fault. Because when you get out of that, when you get out of addiction, you start to realize that it wasn't their fault, that a lot of the things were my fault. So the second year I went, and I did not spend much time there. I still fighting with my sister, and it was really kind of sensitive, and I was still very sensitive. I didn't want anything to push me over the edge to make me feel like I needed to, do drugs again. Remember, my family they're Italian, and they like to drink, and they like to have a good time, and I don't drink anymore or do drugs. I'm completely sober. And it was just so new to me. It was just a year out, and I still really didn't know how to handle being around drinkers or drinking. or a good time without drinking. I was just always so used to having that, being at a party and partying instead of just being there and being present, which I now know how to do. And I was dealing with a lot of things from a lot of different people. I had one of my family members swear that I was back on drugs. They swore I was. And what I did was I had to actually I got my therapist, my doctor, who gave me random drug tests, to write a note saying that I have never failed a drug test. Because the first thing I wanted to talk about, the number one thing that I want you to remember, is that you cannot change how people feel or think about you. You cannot change it. The only thing you can change is how you respond to those people. Either how you respond or how you react. Those are two different things. You can react to somebody and get crazy and throw your hands up and tell them, you know what, you're always doing this to me. You're always putting me in the corner. You're always saying this. You're always saying that. You can react. And that, for me, at that time, was something I didn't have the energy to do. I was tired of saying and doing and promising, and I just said, you know what, I'm just going to get my doctor to write a note so the whole family doesn't have to listen to this other family member say, oh yeah, and then look at me. And I didn't feel like being on, I couldn't handle it. And so when I got the doctor's note, I sent an email out to my whole family, and with it just saying, hey guys, I know that I've put you guys through a lot. I know it. I know that some people might think, hey, it's the holidays. How is she keeping it all together? And you might think that I have gone back to doing drugs and alcohol again. However, I haven't, and I got my doctor to write this. And just, I love you all. Look forward to seeing you guys all. And, it just put an end to that. Put an end to the questioning, to them looking at me, to them, maybe, is she acting funny? Because I don't want to have to do, my second thing is prove to anybody what I am and what I've become. When you have been when you have been clean and you're not doing drugs anymore, you do not want everybody to look at you. It's not like how when you weren't really clean and sober and you were saying you were, you said, oh yeah, I go to meetings all the time. Oh yeah, I've been sober. Oh yeah, I've done this. It's like you're pushing it onto people. I have noticed that now I don't even bring it up. I don't even want to talk about me, I just want to talk about them and just kind of get back into the groove with my family. And it's never really about proving myself. You don't need to prove yourself. Only thing that can prove, if you are in it to prove that you become a different person, that you've gotten back into where they want you to be or where you want to be, is time. Time, and how you are. How are you responding to people? Are you keeping your promises? Are you showing up? Are you listening? Are you drinking? Are you, just different things that might put your family members into a state of questioning. Now remember, most people don't do drugs like we did it. They aren't addicts. So they aren't constantly thinking about, oh, is she on drugs? Oh, is she on drugs? Oh, I wonder if she's doing drugs again. They just aren't. All they know is when you are acting weird or funny or acting out. And that's not something that sober people usually do. Sober people don't usually act out. They don't usually start fights. They don't usually act loud and say, hey, look at me. They just usually just don't do that. I might be wrong, but from what I've seen, I have not. So again, instead of reacting to people and how they might be with you, respond to them. Give something to them. Give them the reason to believe you. Just take a deep breath and go to your family Thanksgiving when you're ready, if you have a family Thanksgiving. And I wouldn't exactly stay as long as you used to. Maybe stay, show your face, and once things start getting a little heated up, or if your family are drinkers and they do like to do that, once everybody starts getting there, just leave and just thank them and just leave. And if you don't give them anything to talk about, they will not talk about you. One time I heard one of my when I was in recovery, when I was in rehab, one of my therapists said, the thing about family is that, she said something like, the thing about family is when you get sober, they don't have anything else to talk about, because usually you're the one that they're all talking about. You're the one that gives them all the juice, So when you don't anymore, they will figure out what else to do. But you just don't need to give them anything to keep up with the habits that they might know best, which is looking at you and saying things about you. And you've just got to say to yourself, yes, I might need to prove, I might need to show, I might need to, prove things to my family that I'm not doing drugs anymore. And that sucks. I shouldn't have to prove myself. But if you put your family through half the amount of stuff that I put my family through, if I had to go through what they went through, I don't know if I would be so forgiving. I would definitely need the time, and I would need the space, and I would need the proof. I would. So don't be so hard on them, and maybe they won't be so hard on you. So that's really all that I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to come to you and to wish you all happy Thanksgiving, and just wanted to let you know that I'm rooting for you, that family is very important, and I hope that you have a wonderful time with them. And let us know if you had a good time, if things worked out your way, if they surprised you. Hopefully this helps. Have a great day.